Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So let's get started. Maithili, you want to take over the Jai Radha Madhava. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhara Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhara Yashodanandana Braja Jaganandana Yashodanandana Braja Jaganandana Yamurabhira Avajahari Yamurabhira Avajahari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jana Vallabha Girivaradhara Yashodanandana Braja Jaganandana Yamurabhira Avajahari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Harinam Sankirtan ki Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you for our weekly study of Sri Bhagavad Gita. Thank you very much for being here. So which verse do we start with today? I know, understand. 27. Yes, correct. Thank you. So we are going to start from the 4th chapter entitled Transcendental Knowledge, text 27. Lord Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. But before we begin, what do? Mangalacharana. So all of us together, let's recite the prayers. They are in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. Om Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvise Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vrindavaneshwari Radha, Krishna Vrindavaneshwaraha, Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Krishna Prema Mai Radha, Radha Prema Mayo Hari, Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadādhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So please repeat after me. Shri Bhagavad Gita 4.27. Lord Krishna is saying, Sarvanindriya Karmani Prana Karmani Chapare Atma Samyama Yogagnau Juhvati Jnana Deepite. Sarvanindriya Karmani Prana Karmani Chapare Atma Samyama Yogagnau Juhvati Jnana Deepite. Sarvanindriya Karmani Prana Karmani Chapare Atma Samyama Yogagnau Juhvati Jnana Deepite. Translation. But let's see word by word meaning. Sarvani means of all. Indriya means the senses. What are the senses? Who can tell? 5? Yes. With the nose,
sight,
with the eyes,
touch,
with the skin,
face,
with the tongue,
and tear.
with the ear. Here with the ear. Very good. So 5 senses. What are these 5 senses called? What indriya? Jnanendriya. Because we acquire knowledge through these 5 senses. With eyes we see, ears we hear. This is mokra. With the tongue we taste, and with the skin we touch. This is hot, this is cold, like that. This is why. So with our skin we feel. So these are, we acquire knowledge. This is called Jnanendriyas, knowledge acquiring senses. Okay. So Indriya means the senses. Now there is a 6th sense also. These are the 5 senses. Krishna says there is a 6th sense also that all of us have. And what is that? Very good. Manah Shashtani Indriyani. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. The Shasht, the sixth Indriya, is the mind also. So Indriya means the senses. Karmani means the functions. Prana Karmani means functions of the life breath. Cha also. Apare, others. Atma Samyama, controlling the mind. Samyam means to control. And Atma here refers to the mind. So Atma Samyam means controlling the mind. Yoga means by yoga, the linking process. Yog means to meet. Viyog means to separate. So yog means to link, to connect. Agnau, in the fire. Juhvati means to offer. Jnana Dipite, because of the urge for self-realization. Jnana Dipite, the fire of knowledge. Here, knowledge means Divya Jnana, so knowledge for self-realization. So now let's see the translation. Lord Krishna is saying, now remember, Krishna is describing different types of people who try to attain perfection in life. So here Krishna is saying, others who are interested in achieving self-realization through control of the mind and senses offer the functions of all the senses and of the life breath itself as oblations into the fire of the controlled mind. Difficult language, but actually it is very simple. We'll try to understand. First, tell me, what is the meaning of self-realization? Vamshi, are you self-realized? What is the meaning of self-realization? Atma Sakshatkar, किसे कहते हैं? What is self-realization? Self-realization, yes? Huh? Realizing yourself, correct, but can you give more details? Yes, Divya Mataji. That's part of it.
Feeling Krishna in your heart.
Self-realization.
Knowing yourself. Knowing that you are servant of Krishna, Krishna's Das.
Yes. Very good. All of you are correct. Self-realization means to understand who we are in the spiritual world. What is our relationship with Radha and Krishna in the spiritual world? What is our name in the spiritual world? What is our service in the spiritual world? To get on, there are 11 details. It is called Ekadasha Bhav. What is our name? What is our form look like? What type of clothes we wear? What service we do for the Supreme Lord? To get knowledge of all these 11 individual, and everybody is different. All of us, we have a different swarup, a different form in the spiritual world. When we practice devotion, slowly it is revealed. Am I a gopi? Or am I a friend of Krishna? Or am I a cow of Krishna? Am I like a friend of Nanda and Yashoda? So I'm in a like uncle auntie relationship with Krishna or Radharani in Barsana or Nandagaon. So all that is revealed by Guru Kripa. And to understand completely who I am in the spiritual world, that is called self-realization. And that form is called Siddha Deha or Siddha Swarup. This is a temporary form that we have. In the spiritual world, we will not have this form. Sometimes people think when we go to the spiritual world, we'll all be looking like that. And we'll say, Prabhuji, no. These are temporary bodies. These bodies are destructible. They will be finished in few years. But in the spiritual world, the form that is there, that will be eternal, permanent. This is a locum role that we are playing. That is permanent job. So Krishna is saying, those who are interested in achieving self-realization. How many of you are interested in self-realization? Hari Bol, that's why we are here. That's why we are here. We want to serve Radha and Krishna. in Nitya Vrindavan Dham. So those who are interested in achieving self-realization through control of mind and senses. Are we trying to control our mind and senses? The 5 senses and the 6th sense, which is mind. Can you give some examples how we are all trying to control mind and senses? Mataji, Asha Mataji, how we are trying to control mind and senses today? What have you cooked? Today is Ekadashi. Actually, today is a very auspicious day. Ekadashi, today is Ekadashi, it's a very auspicious day. Today, any mantra we chant, Sankirtan we do, Krishna Katha we hear, we get 1000 times the result, according to Shastra. So it's very fortunate that all of you have come together today for satsang. So one may say, what is special? Today is just April 5th, 2024. What is so special? Well, we may not know what is special. For example, somebody who doesn't understand what is Black Friday. Why today so many people are shopping? What is special about today? Well, you don't know. But come to the shops and see how much discount is there. So why on Black Friday only? Well, that's how the custom of the society is. Similarly, Krishna has his own rules. On Ekadashi, you can make more spiritual advancement. It's a spiritual discount day, where by doing less, you get more. You chant one Hare Krishna Mahamantra and you get the benefit of 1000 times chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, what was I saying? Today is Ekadashi.
Black Friday.
How to control our senses. So Krishna gives this special offer. On Ekadashi, you chant one Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you get the benefit of chanting 1000 Hare Krishna Mahamantras. But kids, don't misuse, okay? Don't tell your parents, I chanted once Hare Krishna, that means I've chanted 1000 times. Now don't bother me. So Krishna gives this discount, but you know, when there is a discount, there is an asterisk and then there is a footnote, fine print. You know? As long as the stocks last. Buy one, get one free until stock lasts. Correct? There's some fine print. So there is a fine print on Ekadashi also. It's spiritual discount day, but the fine print is that we should not eat anna today. We should not eat grains today. So on Ekadashi, we don't eat grains and beans. We only eat fruits, fruits and milk products, dry fruits like that. No grains. And Krishna has made this arrangement that if we follow Ekadashi, then we get millions of times more benefit than on any other day. So today is a very, very special day. Hari Bol. You just chanted Hari 1000 times. So, those who are interested in achieving self-realization to control of mind and senses, we have to control mind and senses. So we may think today, I want to eat pizza. It's a Friday. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Let's go to restaurant. Let's eat some pizza. Pizza, pasta, nark ka rasta. Today. Just for today. There is Papa Purush in all the grains. So we have to control our senses. Shreya will say, Mummy, pasta. And Mama will say, no. Fruits. So we have to control mind and senses. And we'll talk more about that. So Krishna is saying to achieve self-realization, we have to achieve mind and senses. Control our mind and senses. And what do we do for that? We offer the functions, now listen carefully. We offer the functions of the senses into the fire of the controlled mind. Now let's say you really want to eat a pizza right now, but it's Ekadashi. So that desire in the heart to eat a pizza right now is like a fire. I want. But controlling mind and senses means to offer all the functions of all the senses into the controlled mind. Because, I'll try to understand, the mind is the king of all senses. Tell me, we discussed there are 5 senses by which we acquire knowledge. Jnanendriya, Jnana Indriya, knowledge acquiring senses. Eyes to see, nose to smell, tongue to taste, skin to touch, and ears to hear. And then the 6th sense, number 6, is mind. Manaha Shashtani Indriyani. It is the 6th Indriya, 6th sense. My question is, which of these is the strongest? Which Indriya is the strongest? Can you explain why? Yes, Ayansh. Can you explain how? You're right, but how?
Tells you to see, smell.
I want to watch a movie. I want to watch a movie. So now I log in, put my username, password of some movie streaming service, Netflix, Hulu, whatever it is. And then I start watching. My eyes are watching, my ears are hearing. But who caused this movie watching? It was the mind. Sankalp kisne kiya? Man ne kiya. Who made the determination? I want to watch Hobbit. Mind. Oh. Don't make it a habit to watch Hobbit. Hobbit is just a movie that some kids watch. Some kids sitting next to you watch. So, oh, here. This way. So, it is the mind that decides. I want to watch Sholay for my Indian brothers and sisters. The mind makes that determination. And then the other senses, like skin, will touch, eyes will see, ears will hear the dialogues. Other senses follow. So who is the leader? So therefore, control means to offer the function of the other 5 senses into the fire of the controlled mind. Now, think. Mind is saying Friday evening, restaurant, some sports games we'll watch, and then we'll end the night with a movie at home on a big screen. This is an uncontrolled mind. He just wants to go, whatever desire comes, let's fulfill it. Doesn't think what is the benefit. How many matches you have seen of so many sports? Has it added any value to your life? Think about it. From childhood till now, so many cricket, basketball, football, etc. games we have watched. Has it added any real value to our life?
Because it can teach you how to get better in sportsmanship.
By watching?
If you are professional, you can see how to improve.
True, you can get some ideas, but then you have to practice it yourself. Because see, the professionals are playing and it is being shown on the TV, correct? They are playing somewhere, real game, and they are getting exercise, they are becoming healthy. And if we sit and watch on the TV while eating potato chips, what will happen to us? Bad health. And time is wasted. Also, can we control how much we watch? Are there advertisements in between the game? Are there advertisements? Biggest money-making industry is when there is NFL, what is it called? Super Bowl, there are ads. They make millions of dollars. Do we want to watch the ads? Are we logging in to watch the ads? But we are made to watch the ads, and that's waste of our time. Per second, yeah. They make so much money. So the players who are playing, are they playing it? What's your name? Am I? Is Kobe Bryant? No. Who is the basketball player now? Is LeBron James? What's your name again? Amay. Is LeBron James playing so that Amay will become a good basketball player? Does he know you? Does he care about you? Why is he playing? So that he gets money and fame. And you are giving your time, your energy, your eyesight to that. So they are making money, the advertisers are making money, the television company is making money, the sports people are making money, and you are giving your priceless, valuable time to that, thinking that it will somehow make me a better basketball player. And then you end up watching news, end up watching so many advertisements, and when that game is over, you think, I want to watch more, because you cannot control. So if your parents say 15 minutes you can watch, can you stop at 15? That is the trap. That's why it's called internet. It's a World Wide Web. What happens to insects when they get into the spider web? They go there to play. It's a trampoline. I'll play. What happens? They never come out. So you have to be careful. If you are playing 2-3 hours actual sport and your coach says, Amay, you go and watch this particular 5-minute clip, how this fellow is playing soccer and dodging. That watching is okay. But nobody does that. Everybody gets carried away. 1 hour, 2 hours, and we just. And then one channel gets boring, next channel, the next channel, then movie channel, then news channel. And we give hours and hours of our valuable life to something that is very useless. Something that doesn't add real value to the life. We think it's adding value. Sachin Tendulkar did not become the best batsman in the world by watching TV. He probably didn't have TV growing up. You become better by playing under the guidance of coach, not sitting on a sofa and watching. You see? So we have to be very careful. All these channels, televisions, they are designed to make you addicted. Even adults, we are also victims. Facebook, Instagram, all those things, they are designed by very, very highly paid neurologists, neuropsychologists. The pop-ups that come, the suggestions that come, those algorithms that are designed, they are made by top-class psychologists. How we get notifications. Somebody has posted something on Facebook that I have to see. Oh, he's at Yosemite National Park. Oh, somebody just bought a car. What have we got to do with all this? We may have 1,000 friends on Facebook. Do we really need to know who just went to the bathroom and who just bought a new sofa? It is called information diarrhea. Information in and it's all useless. It doesn't add any nutrition to the body. But that is how the world is designed. Hare Krishna, we have to be very careful. Kids, be careful, okay? Good. You're a good girl. So we have to offer the function of all the senses into the controlled mind. Now imagine this was uncontrolled mind who does whatever the mind says. Now imagine someone has a controlled mind. Friday evening, oh, there are so many temptations. This game is going on. That restaurant is there. You know, it's nightlife and this and that. But no, I want to do something like Ricardo always tells me. I want to become a better person. Correct, Ricardo? I want to become a better person. And to become a better person, what do we have to do? We have to connect with God. Because God is all good. So if we want to become good, if we want to become godly, we have to approach God. Everybody's understanding? Yes, beta? How do we approach God? That's a very beautiful question. We can approach God in several ways. There are different ways of approaching God. One way, how do you approach your mother? What do you call your mother? Call her Amma. She looked at you. You approached her. How? So how do you approach Krishna and Radharani? Very well. Very good. So you approach God by calling. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, better. That is a very interesting question. Our senses, sight, smell, hearing, touching, tasting, this is very limited. For example, we see Vibgyor, we see a certain spectrum of light, but there are some infrared rays which exist, but our eyes cannot see. Yeah. Can you see the atoms and molecules? No, they are very tiny. Our eyes cannot see. So our eyes have limitations. If something is too close, we cannot see. Something is too far away, we cannot see. If it is too dark, we cannot see. So our senses have limitations. Even ears, they can hear a certain spectrum of sound vibrations. They cannot hear certain sounds. So our senses are limited. Krishna is not made up of matter. How this is wood, this is metal, correct? This is metal, this is wood. Our body is made up of cells. Krishna's body is not like that. Krishna's body is not made of matter. Krishna's body is spiritual. Satchidananda Vigraha. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. Krishna's body is not made up of cells and tissues and mind and intelligence. No. Krishna's body is made up of spirit. Spirit is completely different from matter. Matter you can measure in length, width, weight, size, correct? Spirit is not limited by time and space. See, I was late by 45 minutes today. Instead of coming at 7, I came at 7:45. I was late. Why? Because I was doing some hospital work and then I had to take shower, get ready, and then come here. So I was late. So I was running against time. I want to come as soon as possible. Devotees must be waiting. Of course, I knew Venya will be doing kirtan, but I was trying to rush again, fighting against time, so I can come as soon as possible. Which means I am limited by time. Correct? When you have to go to school, you have to plan, right? I have to wake up 1 hour before my bus arrives so I can brush, bathe, get ready, everything, right? So we are all constrained by time. Agree or not? We are constrained by space. Our clothes bear witness to that. Not Saujash Prabhu, he is very fit, but people like me, what I used to wear when I was in medical school, can I wear those clothes now? No. Because yeah, I have become fat. So we are limited by space also. If we want to go out, we have to open the door. We cannot say, okay, the door is closed, the small few millimeter gap, I can go through that. Can we do that? No, because we are limited by space and time. Krishna's body is not limited by time and not limited by space. Because Krishna's body is not made of matter. Krishna's body is made of spirit. There is no limit to Krishna. Krishna can see with the ears. Krishna can smell with his eyes. Krishna can smell with his skin. Because Krishna has no limitations. Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti mandi. It is said in the Shastra. And Krishna can do anything with any part of his body. Yes. Just by desiring, the sun can set. Just by desiring, the sun can rise again. So Krishna can't do anything because Krishna's body is made up of spirit. That is the difference between us. So you may call Krishna and Krishna comes in the form of his name. but you may not be able to see. Yeah, you may not be able to see, but Krishna has seen you. For example, when we went to Bandhavgarh National Park in Madhya Pradesh to see tigers. So we go in those gypsies and sometimes elephants, and we try to see the tigers. But there is a big notice there. Don't be disappointed if you did not see a tiger today. The tiger has seen you. You see? So you may not be able to see Krishna, but Krishna is seeing you all the time. Okay? Okay, so like that. So when you call Krishna, you should know that Krishna is seeing you. Yeah, Krishna is there. So I will tell you all one example of how important it is to control our senses and mind. And if we don't control our senses and mind, it can cause very serious problems in our life. Road rage. How many of you have experienced road rage? Hey, come on, you don't drive. Vamshi, how many of you have experienced? The kids who have never experienced, they are raising their hand. And adults who have experienced, they are not raising their hands. How many of you have experienced road rage? That will be rage on the road. No, road rage means you are driving and someone's driving irritates you. You don't know that person. You have never seen that person before. But suddenly you're filled with anger. How this person can drive like this? Sudden upsurge of anger in the heart towards somebody you have never seen before and you will never see again. But suddenly there is anger. See, to be angry, you need to know somebody. But road rage is such a silly thing that you get angry at someone you have never seen before, you will never see again, but still anger. Honking, driving rash. Yeah, people who don't drive the way you expect them to drive and they irritate you, they cut in front of you or whatever. There is road rage. Road rage is a result of an uncontrolled mind. I know one employee where I used to work. I used to work at a certain place, and one patient came, and I saw the patient, and I was really concerned about some things, so I ordered some blood work, and I prescribed some medicines, and I ordered some stat blood work that before the patient leaves, this blood sample must be collected and sent for these blood tests. So it is the responsibility of the medical assistant, MA, to collect the blood sample and print the labels and send it off. So she tried to collect the blood and she could not collect. She could not hit the vein to collect the blood sample. So she tried 2-3 times, couldn't do it. The rule is if they cannot do, they have to call me. So I will do it if they cannot do. So she couldn't get it in 2 or 3 attempts. She told the patient, you're probably dehydrated. So I'm not able to hit your veins are collapsed. You go home. So then I was waiting for those labs to show up because they were going to affect the patient's treatment. And the next day I looked and it was not showing as even in process. Usually if it's collected and sent to the lab, it shows in process. And then I get the results. It was not even showing in process. So I asked her, what happened? Did you send the blood sample? She said, no, I didn't send. I said, why? She said, because I tried and I couldn't collect it. So I told the patient, you're dehydrated. Go home, drink a lot of water and come tomorrow. I'll try again tomorrow. I said, why you didn't tell me? That patient is vomiting. She cannot drink. She's not able to keep food down. That's why I want to see her electrolytes and kidney function and all those things. Why did you just send her like that? You should have called me. So she tells me on my face, Doc, if I cannot collect, I'm sure you also cannot collect. Now the center manager was there and he heard this. And she said it purely out of ego. There is no other reason. She said it purely out of ego. One sentence. And the center manager told her, come to my office, put your badge down, out. And then she started crying. She said, I'm a single mom. I've got 3 kids. I've got loans. I just bought a new car. Please don't remove me from the job. And the center manager said, well, this is not a one-off event. You have done this many times to many providers. So it's a pattern. You have no control over your tongue, what to speak to who. So we are going to let you go. So she lost her job simply because of ego, an uncontrolled mind. Because mind is uncontrolled, the tongue is uncontrolled. Anger comes in the mind, you speak something. So we have to be very careful. These are serious things. There is a story in Srimad Bhagavatam. Around 5,000 years ago. See, the modern history that we read, it typically goes 2,000, 2,500 or 3,000 years back. But I'm talking 5,000 years ago. After the Mahabharata war took place, Yudhishthir Maharaj became the king of the world. Everybody knows this? The Kauravas were defeated and Yudhishthir Maharaj became king of the world. How many years did he rule for? Around 35 years. He ruled very perfectly for around 35 years. And then Krishna also left this world, and the Pandavas also. They went to the Himalayas, and from there they left this world. But before going to the Himalayas, they made Arjun's grandson as the next king, Parikshit Maharaj. And then for few decades, Parikshit Maharaj was the king of the whole world. In those days, there were not all these countries. It was one Bharat Varsha, the whole planet. And there was one ruler, and there were small, small kings everywhere. But there was one central ruler. And there was only one dharma. There was no Islam, there was no Christianity, there was no Judaism in those days. There was only one dharma, Sanatan Dharma. So whole earth planet was under Sanatan Dharma 5,000 years ago. So Parikshit Maharaj was ruling, and his capital was Hastinapur, which is in modern day Delhi. So he was ruling from Hastinapur, and Kshatriyas, they are allowed to go hunting. Not to eat meat, but they used to hunt if there is a man-eating tiger, for example, creating nuisance. So then the king would go with a bow and arrow, try to find the man-eating tiger and kill. Or sometimes they would just go for practice, because in the war they have to shoot enemy, so they need to practice. And then they would donate the skin of the deer or skin of the tiger to the sadhus who are living in the forest, in their ashram, like that. So Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt. There is some sin in that, but they are allowed to hunt because everything has sin. Nobody can be completely sinless in this world. So Parikshit Maharaj went to hunt one day, and he was on his horseback with his bow and arrow, and he went into the forest. And you know how Delhi can get very hot in the summer. It was very hot, and they didn't have all these water bottles in those days. So you just go and you just tough it out. So he was gone on the hunting expedition, and he became very thirsty. And he saw the kutir, ashram, cottage of a great sadhu. His name was Shamik Rishi. So he decided, let me go there and ask him for some water. I'm very thirsty. My mouth is dry. So he got off his horse, went into the kutir of Shamik Rishi, offered him obeisances, but Shamik Rishi was in meditation. He was offering all his senses into the fire of the controlled mind. So nowadays there are many forms of yoga, hot yoga. These are not Vedic. They are all bogus. Still hot yoga. Yeah, there are yoga clubs like that. It's all bogus. There's nothing to do with real yoga. We see the word yoga was there in today's verse. Yoga means to connect with Krishna. So all these things, there is one yoga school. They teach you, you sit with a straight back and you meditate on the junction of the floor and the wall. That line where the floor meets the wall, just keep staring like that. 12 hours a day. I actually 12 hours a day. I actually spoke to someone who practiced that. And he said, after some time, you start knowing how many cockroaches there are in the room, how many ants are crawling. Then there is another type of meditation where you just meditate on a flame, like a lamp, flame, ghee lamp or candle. Just keep looking at the flame. Just meditate for hours. All these types of meditations, they may help you control the mind temporarily a little bit. But from the spiritual point of view, they are useless. They are useless. For example, if kids are playing Monopoly and they earn money in Monopoly, is that real money? Can you run a household? Mama, Daddy, today you take off. I earned a lot of money in Monopoly. Will it work like that? Will Walmart accept it? Kroger accept it? No. Similarly, all these yogas, hot yoga, still hot yoga, this meditation on the junction of the floor and the wall, meditating on a flame, meditating on the third eye, imaginary third eye. All these types of meditations are there being taught by people today. But from the spiritual point of view, they are useless. And you ask them, what will happen by doing this meditation? They will say, your blood pressure will reduce, your stress levels will go down, you will feel peaceful, you will feel happy. And all these things may happen with these yogas. But is the purpose of life to decrease the blood pressure? Is that why we came in this world? It's not. Purpose of life is what? What is the aim of human life? Self-realization. You got it. Self-realization is the purpose of life. To get Krishna, to get Radharani, that is the purpose of life. To go to Vaikuntha, that is the purpose of life. So these things are there, but from the point of view of spirituality, they are useless. But Shamik Rishi was not like that. He was meditating on Krishna. So he was sitting, his eyes were closed, and in his mind, he had captured Krishna. And he was meditating on Krishna. His ears were not working, eyes were not seeing, tongue was not tasting anything, nose was not smelling anything, he was controlling his breath, his skin was not wanting to scratch, itch, change his pose. No, he was sitting in one asana, straight back, completely fixed in meditation on Krishna. And Parishit Maharaj came, offered obeisances and requested for some water, but he was completely absorbed in his meditation. He did not respond to Parishit Maharaj. He didn't hear him because he was completely absorbed in his meditation. How sometimes kids, if they are playing something, they say, hey, Pinky, idhar aao. Pinky, come here. What happened? Because he could not hear. He was completely absorbed. But that is a material thing. But on the spiritual side, Shamik Rishi was completely absorbed in his meditation on Krishna. I hope nobody's Pinky here. Maithili is Pinky. Even I didn't know. Oh, Maithili. So, Shamik Rishi was not like that, but he was meditating on Krishna. But he was so absorbed that Parishit Maharaj came quietly, very softly spoke to Sadhu, Shamik Rishi, but Shamik Rishi did not respond. Now, Parishit Maharaj got a little upset that I am the king. Imagine if Joe Biden comes here just now. Ding dong! Everybody will stand up. Oh, Joe Biden. Yes. Come. Like that. Or some big person comes, immediately some senator or governor comes, immediately will. Now, these are administrators of one little country in one continent. Parishit Maharaj was the king of the whole planet. And he comes. So naturally, wherever he went, he was given a very royal reception. And here, the host is not even acknowledging the presence. Imagine you go to somebody's house and they are not even acknowledging you, that you have come. That's most insulting, is it not? To not be acknowledged even. That you are so useless that you don't even exist for me. So Parishit Maharaj felt a little offended. And he was thinking, when a king comes to someone's house, you are supposed to give a garland. Even a small, insignificant friend like me today has been offered this. This is not for my glorification, but this garland was offered to Radha and Krishna over there. So it is their prasad. Given to me so that I speak the right things, the right words, in the right spirit. So this is like the driver is given the key of the car. Not that the car belongs to the driver. The driver is given the keys. That, of course, nowadays there are no keys also, just push button. Or you can even start from the phone, but like that. So Parikshit Maharaj was used to being treated with great respect. Wherever he went, he was at least given a garland. And Parikshit Maharaj said, I came here, nobody's acknowledging me, the kids are playing, the father is in meditation, nobody's responding to me. I just want a little water. And this basic hospitality is the duty of anyone who has a house. According to Vedic culture, anybody who is living in a house has a duty to feed the hungry, to quench the thirst of the thirsty, and to give at least little hospitality to any Atithi. Atithi, Devo Bhava. Atithi is to be treated like God. Parikshit Maharaj is saying, don't treat me like God. I don't expect to be treated like a king also. Treat me like a human being. A thirsty human has come. Just give me some water. So our Shastra says, whenever a Atithi comes, we should give at least 3 things. If we don't give these 3 things, then we are sinful. Whenever a Atithi comes, who is Atithi?
God, guess.
Correct. But what type of, there are 2 types of guests. Am I normal?
Well, not in here.
Thank you. So there are 2 types of guests, Ricardo. 2 types of guests. One is guests like us who RSVP. We tell, I will come around 7 o'clock, between 7 and 7:45. They are called Abhyagat. जो सूचना देके आते हैं उन्हें अभ्यागत कहते हैं. Those who give forewarning that I will be coming on Friday evening. They are called Abhyagat. And the second is called Atithi. Atithi, उनकी आने की कोई तिथि नहीं है. Just आगे. They don't RSVP. They just come. You're not even expecting. Parikshit Maharaj was Atithi. And to give hospitality to Abhyagat, those who have told we are coming and they come, is nothing special, according to Shastra. But to give hospitality to Atithi, those who came without telling, that is real Punya Karma. When even if someone comes who has not given any warning, suddenly they come and you smile, you give 3 things to them. First is a smile and a cordial welcome. Hare Krishna, you have come. Okay, please come. Please come. Ricardo, you have come. You didn't RSVP, but very good you came. Please come. Sit on the chair. Smile and welcome them inside. Second thing is give them a place to sit. An asan to sit. And third thing is some water. You may not be able to give them food if there is no food in the house, but 3 things have to be given. A smile, kind welcome, a place to sit, and some water. Vamshi, you will remember? 3 things you should give whenever anybody comes. Yeah, simple. Give me a high five. But kids, this is Kali Yuga. Okay? Unknown person comes. Don't open the door. Welcome. Come inside. Let me get you some water. No. This Atithi Seva is the job of the adults, not you. Okay? You can tell Mama, Daddy, Amma, that some Abhyagat or some Atithi has come. Some guest has come. And then the parents will decide whether the door has to be opened or not. Everybody understands this? Okay. Very important, okay? Don't open the door to anybody. This is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga means bad age. Many people are bad people in this world. Still you ask. Still you ask. Okay? Don't open the door without asking your parents. Ever. Even if I come, don't open the door without asking your parents. Yes. Kids, remember this. This is very important. Most of the crimes are committed by people who are known to the family. Just statistically speaking. You know, in medical school, we have one subject called forensic medicine. So we learn all these statistics. Majority crimes are committed by known people. So never open the door without asking parents. Atiti Seva is the duty of the parents because they are the homeowners. Okay, kids, just tell the parents, let them decide. So Parikshit Maharaj was a Atithi, and he said ki at least sweet words of welcome, a place to sit, and water should be offered. Actually, king has come, garland should be offered, and you are giving me nothing. None of these three things. Oh well, okay, let me go. So Parikshit Maharaj turns around and is walking out. When he's in the courtyard of the ashram, in the corner under a tree, he sees a dead snake. He sees a dead snake. Some people say it was a dead snake. Some people say it was the shed skin of a snake, because snakes are known to shed their skin also. So he took out his bow from his shoulder. With the tip of the bow, he picked up that snake skin or the dead snake, went back inside the ashram where Shamik Rishi was sitting in meditation, and put, with the tip of his bow, he put that dead snake around the shoulders, around the neck of this Rishi. That you are supposed to offer me a garland. You are not offering me a garland. I will offer you a garland. You are sitting there like a dead snake. Take this garland of a dead snake. This was very uncharacteristic of Parikshit Maharaj, but he did it because he was hangry. He was hangry.
Wait, what?
Okay, Parikshit Maharaj was a little angry because he didn't get water. Angry.
Oh.
Okay, so Parikshit Maharaj was irritated that he was not given any hospitality. So he said, no garland, okay, I will give you garland. And he put a dead snake around Shamik Rishi, and then he left. Now kids were playing, and they saw that, oh, Shamik Rishi, this King Parikshit came and he put a dead snake around Shamik Rishi. And Shamik Rishi had a son called Shringi. He was just a 6-7-year-old boy, Brahman boy. They told him, oh, you know how kids can really tease each other. They can really bully and tease each other. So the kids started teasing Shringi. Hey, Shringi, you say that your father is a very big Rishi, Shamik Rishi. Today your father has been garlanded with a dead snake. We saw. King Parikshit came and he put a dead snake around your father. Ah, what? King Parikshit insulted my father like this? How dare he? My father is a Brahmana. King Parikshit is a Kshatriya. Kshatriyas are supposed to be under a Brahman. Kshatriyas are supposed to be guided by the Brahmanas. How dare he insult my father like this? Helicopter? Bug? I didn't know your house was bugged. Well, here is a bug. This is recording everything. So anyway, Shringi was instigated because his friends were teasing. Have you experienced friends teasing? Have you experienced?
Yes.
Yeah, but you are sadhu. You are above all this. Sometimes a friend, have you experienced? Sometimes friends teasing? Here is a lesson. You have experienced? Yeah, so here is a lesson. When friends instigate, when they poke and they tease and they irritate, they provoke. Thank you, that was the word I was looking for. When kids provoke, we should not get provoked. Provoke means we should not get angry. We should not get affected by what the friends are teasing. So Shringi was teased by his friends that, oh, your father was insulted. Your father is no good. Your father is not a respectable fellow. The king came and put a dead snake around your father's neck. So Shringi got very angry. and he wanted to show his superiority. So he took out his Brahmin thread and he said, this Parikshit king, what does he think of himself? Being a Kshatriya, he has insulted my father who is a top class Brahmin. He broke his Brahmin thread and spelled a curse. You know whose curse works? A person who has never spoken a lie in their entire life. If such a person speaks a curse, then that curse will work. So when someone curses us, don't worry. But this was 5,000 years ago. People were very moral and ethical. Shringi had never spoken a lie in his life. Vamshi, are you thinking, how many times have I? Anvika, have you ever spoken a lie? Oh, so nobody is qualified. Everybody is disqualified. Nobody can curse here. Even if we do, it won't work. But Shringi had never spoken a lie in his life. And with his Brahminical power, he spoke a curse. May King Parikshit die in 7 days. Yes. He cursed like that. Now, King Parikshit was a very great person. He was the grandson of Arjun. He was personally trained by Krishna. He was the best king. He was as good as Yudhishthira Maharaj. When Parikshit Maharaj was the king, earth was almost like Ram Rajya. The symptoms were, the seasons were flawless. Rain would be just perfect. All the crops would come. All the trees would bear fruits and flowers abundantly. The cows were giving milk. There was no disease. There was no famine, no COVID, nothing. And everybody was very long-lived. And there were no unnatural death anywhere. Imagine, there is no unnatural death anywhere. The death certificate of everyone will read old age. Old age. Old age. Imagine. That was King Parikshit. There was no other diagnosis. Such a pious king, such a great king, who is young, who has young children. His children were teenagers. Suddenly he's cursed that in 7 days you will die. And this news reached Parikshit Maharaj. He just returned to his palace from the forest, and suddenly the messengers came and told him what had happened. He said, Maharaj, did you put a dead snake around Shamik Rishi's neck? His son got very angry. Shamik Rishi is still in meditation. He doesn't know what happened. But the son has spoken a curse without consulting with the father. You see? Therefore, never do things without asking parents. Kids, very important lesson. Without asking his father, he spoke that curse, and now Parikshit Maharaj is going to die in 7 days. The kingdom, entire earth, is going to lose its ruler. It's a big thing. He just assassinated the king by speaking that curse. So Parikshit Maharaj got this news, and Parikshit Maharaj was very happy. Now, he had a wife, he had children, he had a palace, he had a very responsible job, and suddenly he's given this news that you're going to die in 7 days for such a small mistake. See, punishment and reward has its place, but the punishment should be in proportion to the mistake. Everybody agrees? Like, for example, if a cockroach comes inside, we will not take a AK-47 and start shooting at the cockroach, right? Yeah, the cockroach may be a little irritating, maybe a pest, maybe may contaminate the food, so we may pick it up and throw it outside. But we don't want to take a gun and start shooting at the cockroach. Our response should be in proportion to the situation. Punishment should be corresponding to the offense. If he had put a live cobra around Shamik Rishi and the cobra had, bitten Shamik Rishi and Shamik Rishi had died, then yes, of course, capital punishment was justified. It was just a innocent mistake. Also, remember this very important thing. We have to see the big picture. Please note this point down. In any situation in life, don't look at the tree, look at the forest. Don't look at one particular mistake of a person. Look at the entire relationship, all the experiences you have had with that person. One mistake does not define the entire character of that person, please. But the nature of anger is such, when we see one little mistake from someone, we magnify that, and that's all we can see. We don't see anything else. Shringi made that mistake. If Parikshit Maharaj was a serial offender, every Sunday he goes hunting and every Sunday he insults a sadhu, then punishment should be given. It was a one-off event in his life. One mistake. He had never made a mistake in his entire life. He was very respectful to all the sadhus. In fact, sadhus like Shamik Rishi had peaceful ashrams because of Parikshit Maharaj. He had created that safe haven for these sadhus. And you see one mistake and you give such a big punishment. It was disproportional and it was not justified because that was not the past behavior of Parikshit Maharaj. He was not a serial offender. So first mistake should always be forgiven. First time, forgive him. Second time, forgive him. Third time, punish him. That is the rule. First mistake, you forgive, give a warning. Second mistake, give a sterner warning and let go. Third mistake, you can punish. First mistake, death sentence. For someone who was such a great king, such a great devotee. But look at Parikshit Maharaj. He accepted it. He said, no problem. This is my karma. I should not have insulted Shamik Rishi like this. I deserve it. Huh?
When you wrapped it on his
Shoulders.
this shedded skin on the shoulders, was it a good thing or a bad
No, it was a very bad thing. Because we are supposed to respect the sadhus. Rishis and sadhus. Shamik Rishi is a sadhu. He should be respected by everybody, especially the king. King is supposed to be under the sadhus. So it was a mistake, but it was not such a severe mistake that you be given the death punishment. So Parikshit Maharaj did not retaliate. He said, no problem, I will not retaliate. Now Parikshit Maharaj also had never spoken a lie in his life. So Parikshit Maharaj could have counter-cursed. This is the test of the character of a man. When you have the power to do something, but you don't do it. You have the power, you have the ability to do something wrong to somebody, but you don't do it. That is the test of one's character. There are so many examples of this. Can a doctor harm a patient? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But the first principle of the Hippocratic Oath is first do no harm. If you cannot help the patient, at least don't do harm. But I will get money if I do this surgery. We know the surgery is not going to work or it's going to be harmful, but still we recommend it. That is very sinful. This medicine is not necessary, but still I'll prescribe because I get money. I get kickbacks from the pharmaceutical company for prescribing the drug. That's very sinful. During COVID pandemic, I know one person, one nurse. So the doctor prescribed remdesivir to the COVID patient in India. And the nurse took that medicine from the pharmacy, sold it on the street because it was in short supply, and gave just normal saline to the patient, saying that it is remdesivir. Because in the ICU, the patient's relatives cannot come. There is nobody to watch. So to have power, but not to misuse it is the test of one's character. When you have the ability to exploit, but you don't. Now, Ricardo, he does the basement. Now, I don't understand things about basement, electric, plumbing. Correct? So he has the power to cheat. He has the power to use substandard material, and I will never know, or the homeowner will never know. But to not do that is the test of one's character. In every profession, in every role, this is possible. And we have to analyze. We may have the power to do so many wrong things, but to not do it is called integrity. What is the difference between honesty and integrity? What is honesty?
Looking at you to do the right thing.
Give me a high five. Very good. And integrity is? Give a big Haribo. Haribo! Honesty is when someone asks you, right, you give the right answer. That is honesty. But integrity means nobody's watching. Now I'm alone in my house with my phone. Now what I watch tonight when this satsang is over and I'm relaxing after a long day. Now what I browse, that is the test of my character. Krishna will judge me based on that. When all of you are watching, Zoom is going on, YouTube live is going on, then nice Tilak can speak Om Namo Bhagavate. Oh, we forgot to say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya today. Before to say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and speak, that's very easy. Read from Prabhupada's translations and very easy. But when nobody is watching, what we do? Are we really remembering Krishna? Are we really Krishna conscious? That is a test. So Parishit Maharaj was like that. He accepted it. But when Shamik Rishi found out that my son has just killed the king of the world for such a trivial mistake, when Shamik Rishi's meditation was over, he opened his eyes and he saw the dead snake and he just removed it. So, dead snake. Hare Krishna. And he got up. He didn't give it a second thought. And when he came out of his kutir, the son, Shringi, told the father, Dad, today I curse the king to die in 7 days because he came and put that dead snake around you. Shringi said, what? You curse the king to die for this mistake? Yes, he came and he was thirsty and he asked you for water and we were playing and you were meditating and he felt offended, so he left. And while leaving, he put a dead snake around you. For such a trivial mistake, he was angry. He was angry. So what? Shamik said, so what if he did this? So what? You don't kill the king for that. You can call him later, chastise him or complain or give a small punishment. Tit for tat. Or tolerate that. Tit for tat would you may a dead snake fall on his shoulder. But you just killed him. I'm so displeased with you. You are a very bad child. And Shamik Rishi chastised his son, Shringi. And then Shringi started wailing. Bhagavatam, he started wailing loudly. Yeah? Started crying. But what is the use of crying now? It's too late. Words, when we speak, Vamshi, can you call them back? Nowadays, in the iPhone, you send an email, you get few seconds to unsend it. On WhatsApp, you can delete the messages. Can you do that with words? Can you do that with actions? No. Once you speak, you cannot take it back. Therefore, note this down. Lesson for today. Never act or make a decision when you are angry. Never send a text message. Never speak when you are angry. That MA was angry with me because I confronted her in front of everybody. Why you didn't send the lab? You should have called me if you could not draw the blood sample. Never speak, never send a text message or email when you are angry. You will regret it later on. Because few hours later, you will not have the same thoughts that you're having when you are angry. So controlling the mind is the lesson for today. We have to analyze our life. We don't want to react. We want to respond. Knee-jerk reaction. But wise people respond to situations. We don't react to situations, we respond to situations. So this is the lesson, okay? We have to control our mind. And where should we put our mind? No, the senses have to go in the fire of a controlled mind. But how do you define a controlled mind? Yes, mind control means the mind is on Krishna. And this Krishna says in Bhagavad Gītā. Who knows the verse? Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara. We have to always yuddheja. Mam anusmara yuddheja. Think of me and fight. Krishna tells Arjuna. So Krishna is saying, man mana. Think of me. Man mana bhava. Always think of me. Mai arpita mano buddhir. Offer your mind and intelligence to me. So many places Krishna says that controlling mind means to think of me constantly. Think of serving Krishna. हमें चिंता नहीं करनी, हमें चिंतन करना है ना? We don't want to get absorbed in this material world. We want to get absorbed in Krishna. That is the meaning of controlled mind. To keep the mind on Krishna, and all the senses will follow the mind, because mind is the king of all senses. Indriyanam manah chasmi, Krishna says. Mind is the greatest among all indriyas. So that is the take-home message. Controlling the mind, not acting like Shringi when we are under the influence of anger. It's a different type of DUI. Doing under influence. DUI. Doing under influence of anger. We don't want to do that. Okay? We don't want to get DUI. Not material DUI on the road, and no spiritual DUI like Shringi. Haribol. Okay? So now let's go around and see what different devotees here have. What was the take-home message? Something good you got from Bhagavad Gita today? Let's quickly go around and then we'll have question answers. Yes, Ayansh. Yeah, we should not make any decisions or text or speak when we are angry. Very good. Vamshi? Instead of acting, just reacting, we should respond. Response means to think what will please Krishna and do it like that. Okay? Yes, Maithili? Yes, she understood what is self-realization. Self-realization means we understand our relationship with Krishna in the spiritual world. Yes, better. What's your good name?
Sanvi.
Sanvi, yes.
To always see the bigger picture. Like if you're in a forest, instead of looking at one flower, you can look at the full field.
Yeah. And we discuss this in relationship to what? Don't judge a person by one mistake. Look at their past behavior. Correct? You like that? Good. It's a good point. That we should not judge someone by one mistake. And that mistake may have been committed when they are at the lowest phase of their life. But that doesn't define them. Give them a chance. See how they have been previously. Don't forget all the good they have done because of one bad thing. Okay? Very good point. Yes.
You should always look at the bigger picture.
Yes, like we said, don't just look at a tree, look at the forest. Big picture, always keep it in mind. Yes, beta. Difference between honesty and integrity. Both are important. Yeah. Yes. Mind controls all the senses. Yes. So mind should be controlled by who? Yes. Mind controls all the senses. Eyes. I want to watch this. I want to do this. I want to go here. I want to go there. So if the mind is controlled, mind is offered to Krishna, then our whole body will do the right things. Correct? If the manager is bad, then can the project take off? Those who are in IT? But if the manager is good, then everybody will follow correctly. Very good point. Yes.
Think what you do when you're bad and think what you do when you're happy.
And then
and then react. So, then react.
then respond, not react. Okay, good. Good, very good, Anvika. Who else? Yes.
You shouldn't talk or text when you're angry.
Yes, good point. Yes, beta.
It's important that the punishment matches like what has been like.
Very nice point. Thank you, Advik. Advik is saying we should make sure that the punishment is in proportion to the mistake. It should not be disproportional. When will it be disproportional? When we are punishing out of anger.
Yeah, like when you're like acting out of like feeling impulse instead.
Right. So remember, punishment is not meant for punishment. Punishment is meant for upliftment. This point is clear. We give punishment to uplift, not for the sake of venting our anger, not out of vengeance. Okay, very good. Anybody else wants to share something? Yes, Asha Mataji.
And not misuse it to the thing that's.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very important to be in a position to harm somebody, but to still be their well-wisher. Because so often we see in this world, when people have power, they take advantage. Take advantage. Police. They'll, not in US, but in India. They have the power. So they'll catch somebody. Now they are supposed to collect challan for the government. Or why I should give Sarkar? Give me 200 rupees. Go. The government is giving you salary for that job. You want to get any work done, you go to them. Now they have power. They can do their work. They can. So now, no, I will not do. Give money, then we'll do. Bribe. You know? So yes, when we have the power and still we do what is right, still we behave with integrity, that is a test of our character. Very nice. Okay, anybody else? Yes, Mataji. Not for kids, okay? Yes.
You should always ask friends for this.
Very good. What is the advantage of that? Yeah, see, parents are wiser. They have more experience. So they may be able to see things that we are not able to see. So very good. Parents are the managers. They are the boss in the house. So you are under the parents. So you should always ask. A person who at a lower rank should always ask the person at a higher rank, the manager. So very good. Always ask parents. Keep them in the know. Yeah. Yes.
Humility of Parikshit Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Humility of Parikshit Maharaj. He had the power to counter curse. Did not. He accepted it as his own karma. Such a young, he was probably in his 40s. Hare Krishna.
You should not wait for him. You should not feel when there is karma and doing that. But he can do it, right? But you should not. Why you don't do that?
Why Parikshit Maharaj did not curse? Because Parikshit Maharaj is a pure devotee and he understood that this is Krishna's plan. And he really felt himself guilty for what he did. He said, I am the king. I am putting a dead snake around a sadhu. I am the king. What common people will do? They will put chappal garland around sadhus. They will say, oh, Parikshit Maharaj did that. Why we cannot do? Yadyad acharate shreshtas tatta devete rajana. Sayat pramanam kurute lokasad anuvartate. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gītā that as the leaders do, the common people follow. So Parikshit Maharaj was feeling very guilty that I have set a bad example. So I should be punished. So he did that. That is humility. We discussed last time. For ourselves, we have to be judge. And for others, we have to be advocate. That is Parikshit Maharaj. He was advocating for Shringi. Shringi did the right thing. And I did the wrong thing. But what we do, we are advocates for ourselves and judge for others. But our scriptures teach us that we should be judge for ourselves and advocates for others. Radha was smiling first time today. Okay, yes, Mataji. Our words, we should try to keep them measured. Yes. Hare Krishna. Yes. Yes, Mataji. Guru Panditara Mataji.
Self-control and integrity are vital for everyone.
Integrity is important and self-control is important. Yes, Krishna was saying that in this verse. Atma Samyama. Self-control is very important. Sadhu.
Krishna is limitless and he's incomprehensible to us because he can do anything and he's not restrained by time or space.
He's not. He can come through the closed door. He's in your heart without any incision. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hridayesha Arjuna said, Krishna is situated in the heart, but you don't have to do a big open heart surgery to get there. Yes, Krishna is not limited by space and time. He's spiritual. Okay, so that's it. Any questions now? Okay, let's give others a chance. Then I'll come to you. Yes, Divya Mataji. Divya Mataji and Anvika will always have questions.
I was reading this verse and it says, offer the and of the life breath as a petition into the fire of control mind. So what does that mean?
Life breath means our prana vayu, our very existence. You offer it into the yajna, the fire of a controlled mind. So, which means we offer our entire existence into the path of being self-controlled. And self-control is all means absorption in Krishna, being absorbed in Krishna. So to offer our everything, not partial offering. That sometimes I will be a devotee, sometimes I'll be dancing in a club. No, complete absorption means offering everything, all our time, all our life, even our life very itself, pranavayu, in the service of Krishna, on the path of samyam, control. Yes, but Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gītā, Krishna himself says in the Vedic scriptures that when you call me, I am there. Krishna says, Ye yathamam prapadyante, in Bhagavad Gītā, Krishna says, Ye yathamam prapadyante, tam sathava bhajami. As you approach me, I reciprocate accordingly. So if you are thinking of Krishna, Krishna is thinking of you. Krishna says himself that as you approach me, I will reciprocate accordingly. So if we forget Krishna, Krishna will not remember us. But if we remember Krishna, then Krishna will remember us. Like that. And also it is mentioned in the Shastra, Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. In Kali Yuga, Krishna comes in the form of his name. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. Nama Haite Hai Sarva Jagat Anistan. Yes, Prabhuji.
The state of the planet when Rama it was so healthy and the environment, humans, no diseases. So in Kali Yuga, because of the state of the the geological state being in Kali Yuga, is it even physically possible that things will be that good in this Yuga? Just by the design of it, just by the design of the Yuga.
Our situation is like Jatayu. Jatayu is seeing that Sita is being abducted by Ravan. Ram is not there, Lakshman is not there, nobody is there to help. I am an old person. Ravan is peak of his youth and strength. I don't have any weapons. Ravan has got bow and arrow, he has got 10 arms, swords, shields. I have no chance against Ravan. Even Ravan's son has defeated Indradev also. Who am I? I am nothing. Ravan is so powerful. But still I have to do what is right. Jatayu knew that he has no chance against Ravan, but he gave everything to that fight, hoping that if I can delay Ravan, somehow fight with him, engage him, and delay him, then Ram will come, Lakshman will come, then they will take over. So he tried and he died doing that. But Ram said that I didn't feel such sorrow when I got the news of my father Dashrath's death as I'm feeling when I'm seeing Jatayu die. And Lord Ramachandra did not give Antyeshti Kriya, funeral rites for Dashrath Maharaj because he was in Vanvas, but he did it for Jatayu, as if Jatayu was his father. But Ram and Lakshman both did. And Jatayu went to Vaikuntha for that sacrifice. So we are like Jatayu. This is Kali Yuga. And Srimad Bhagavatam describes in the 12th canto, as Kali Yuga will progress, there will be so much pollution that the trees will not give fruits, the crops will not grow, and there will be no fruits and vegetables and grains. So everybody will be forced to become meat eaters because there will be no fruits and vegetables. They will eat meat. And then even the animals will be exhausted, finished. And then human beings will become cannibals. The lifespan of average human being will reduce to 20 years. Right now it is 70 to 80 years. When Kali Yuga started, 5,000 years ago, it was 100 years. Now it is down to 70 to 80. And it will fluctuate, but slowly, if you look at the big picture, it's going to decline. New cancers will come because of pollution, toxic environment. And so Kali Yuga is going to progress, things are going to go from bad to worse. But although Jatayu knew that Ravan perhaps is going to kidnap Sita, abduct her, I cannot stop, but still he fought. So we know Kali Yuga is going to progress and we are fighting a losing war. All this prachar we are doing, it's a losing war. Ultimately, Kali Yuga will progress. Most people are going to be atheistic or agnostic. But for the pleasure of Krishna, we should do the right thing. We should try to be in Ram Rajya. We should be ruled by Ram. We should be ruled by Krishna. And some people will be inspired. Now the population of Atlanta is maybe 600,000 or 6 million, 6.5 million. And here we are not even 60, where Bhagavad Gita is being discussed. So devotees will be in minority always. The bhaktas, how many people are vegetarian in this society? So we will always be in minority and we are fighting a losing war, losing battle. But victory and defeat is not judged by the result on paper. Victory and defeat is judged whether Krishna is happy with us or not. Jatayu lost, but he won. Parikshit Maharaj lost against Shringi, but he won. Because he goes now to the bank of Ganga, sits down with Shukdev Goswami and hears Srimad Bhagavatam, and in 7 days he goes to Vaikuntha. Shringi is still there playing. So Parikshit Maharaj won, even though he lost. So we should live our life in a way that Krishna is pleased with us. And we should not be bothered with the result. Like they say, na, karma karo, phal ki chinta mat karo. Karmanyava adhikaraste, ma phaleshu kadachana. We don't have a claim over the fruits of our action, but we have the right to perform our action. So we should live as if Krishna is watching us every moment. We should live with integrity and do what Krishna is telling us in Bhagavad Gita, and we will be victorious in our own way. As far as the world is concerned, things are going to get from bad to worse. But then again, Kalki Dev will come and all the plastic will be gone by his touch. All the pollution will be gone and the earth will become pristine and Satya will start. It's cyclical. Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. Continue. We should do what is right. Do what we are supposed to do when we are supposed to do it, the way we are supposed to do it. That is sincerity. Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay, last question. Yes, beta.
Is it actually possible to curse Krishna?
It is possible to
Curse Krishna?
curse Krishna? It is not possible, but it is possible. It's a very good question. Is it possible to curse Krishna? It is not possible. Because Krishna is Supreme God. He is Supreme Controller. Ishvara Parama Krishna is Supreme Controller. But if Krishna desires, it is possible. Who is your father? Is your father here right now? Your dad? Who is your father? Can you defeat your father in wrestling? But if father decides, hara de, And he can fall on the ground and you can be sitting on his chest and defeat him, correct? Out of love. If he wants, if father wants, your dad wants, then you can defeat him, not otherwise. So if Krishna wants to be cursed, then Krishna will accept the curse. For example, when Gandhari, the mother of Duryodhana, she was very upset that all my 100 sons are dead. And this Krishna, he has protected Kunti's 5 sons. There was no 0% mortality. All 5 survived. And I had 100. I had a bigger army and my bank balance is 0. All my sons are dead. So Krishna said, Arey, when your sons were born, Vidur had told you and your father and your husband, Dhritarashtra and you, that this Duryodhana is very sinful. He will spoil the other 99 brothers. You just banish Duryodhana. Send him off somewhere, in some sadhu's ashram or somewhere. The 99 sons will be good. But don't let Duryodhana become powerful. Give up one son, your 99 sons will be perfect. Vidur had advised. But Dhritarashtra was so attached, and Gandhari was so attached to that Duryodhana, they kept him. And what was the result? He spoiled everybody and everybody died because of Duryodhana. So Krishna told you didn't listen to Vidur. You should have listened to Vidur and Bhishma at that time. You didn't listen. He said, no, I don't know anything. I curse you. That because of you, my 100 sons are dead. I curse you that your family also will be destroyed. Entire family will be destroyed. So Krishna said, okay, tathastu. Let it be so. And Krishna arranged that his family also was destroyed. So was Krishna cursed? Yes. Can Krishna be cursed? No. Then how he was cursed? Because Krishna wanted it to happen. Krishna wanted it to happen. Like your father, while wrestling with you, he can agree to be defeated by you. So, like that. Does that make sense? If Krishna wants, he can be cursed. But if Krishna doesn't want, nobody can curse him. Okay? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Selling windows or
Abhyagat.
Huh?
Abhyagat?
like on the road side.
Oh, those solicitors, they come to solicit. Yeah, sell this.
Your windows or get your windows. Or that's one example. Or we are doing that, we are trying to, we have a welcome service.
Yeah, so like I said, these things will happen in Kali Yuga. So we can just smile and say, no, thank you, Hare Krishna. You gave them the greatest gift, made them hear Krishna Nam. Yan Nama Shruti Matrena Puman Bhavati Nirmala. Instead of saying hi, hello, bolo, hi, hello, chodo, Hare Krishna bolo. They will not even understand that you said Hare Krishna. No, thank you, Hare Krishna. But they heard Hare Krishna. Just by the sound vibration of Krishna Nam going in their ears, they will get benefit. Yan Nama Shravana Matrena Puman Bhavati Nirmala. Their heart becomes pure. So.
You don't have to do all that.
No. Don't bring them inside. Don't give them a place to sit. Not required. Just say, no, thank you, Hare Krishna. They will not even understand what just happened. But they got benefit from you. You did better than giving them water and a place to sit. You gave them Krishna Nam. Yes, last question. 2 last questions. Okay. 3 last questions.
Don't tell your name to them.
Hare Krishna. Tell Krishna's name. Yes, better.
Why was it bad for him to put the snake that around there? Because he was just trying to give him a garland.
Yeah, but garland should be made of flowers. Did you give me a snake garland? You gave me flower garland, right? So flower garland should be given to respectable people, not a snake. That's not the Vedic culture. It was uncultured to do that. That's why it was wrong. Okay? You should give nice things. Dead snake? Who likes dead snake? When a sadhu will touch a dead snake, he'll have to go and take a shower. It's contaminated. Dead body is contaminated. Yes, beta.
So what this yogas? So there's a bunch of these, these random yogas that just came. So when Radhanath Swami went to India for the first time, he saw all these people with all these powers, but then he found some corrupted. How did that work? They had powers, but they were very bad people.
When these powers come, powers corrupt. When you get some siddhis, mystic powers, then People go, wow, because they don't have them. And then the tendency is that these yogis, they claim themselves to be God. They can produce some magic tricks, ashes, and people, wow. I once saw one lady, myself, I saw. Every Thursday, she says in her body, Sai Baba comes. I have personally met her. And in front of me, she was wearing a half sleeve salwar kameez. She was sitting on our dining table in the house. I was in school, maybe I was in 6th or 7th grade. And she said, she did like this, and she gave me a 1 rupee coin. She said, keep this coin with you always, it will bring you good luck. In front of me, she created out of nowhere. It was Thursday, and she said, today Sai Baba comes in my body. And she was making predictions, spot on predictions, spot on. Everything she told me came true. She told me when I was in 5th or 6th that when you are in 10th and 12th, you will come in merit. And my parents laughed. They said, "Ye, a class ke bottom mein rehta hai." He barely passes. So everything she was predicting. And then she said, you keep this 1 rupee coin, it will bring you good luck. You keep this coin with you, you will come in merit in 10th and 12th. So I kept it. And what she said happened. But then when I joined MBBS and I came to Krishna consciousness, I took that coin and I threw it in the Arabian Sea. I don't want luck. I want Krishna. I don't want good luck. I want Krishna. That I got because of Srila Radhanath Swami. He is my source of all my good fortune. Okay? So what was your question? I forgot. Yeah, so these siddhis, they can, so when somebody does this, manifest ashes, manifest gold, manifest coin, people think, oh, this is God, this person is God. There are so many bogus gods, if you see, in India. They say, I am God, I am God. They are not God. God should be mentioned in the Shastra. Like Lord Buddha, he came around 2000 years ago, or before that also, more than 2000 years ago. But he is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad, Keshava Dhrita Buddha Sharira, that Lord Krishna will come as Lord Buddha. So we accept Lord Buddha as a genuine incarnation. But nowadays, there are so many. There's one person in India who says, I am Kalki. I am Kalki. So this is all nonsense. These are all bogus people. They make false claims. We don't believe them. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Now the most important part. Ekadashi Kirtan. Where is Radha? Okay, come, my dear. I should play Mridam. Come sit here. You're doing Kirtan, na? Harmonium? Yeah, both of you do. Yeah. Both of you can do, no problem. Okay, for the Zoom audiences, we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gītā.